Each day through my window, I watch her as go away. My girl has found another.
We were on a tour in 1964. We went to Columbia, South Carolina. Got to the auditorium. Now this is with the Classic Five: David, Eddie, Paul, Melvin, and myself.
But it was just my imagination once again.
The Temptations, synonymous with the golden era of Motown, are celebrated for their soulful harmonies and chart-topping hits. However, behind the polished facade of their success lies a trove of scandalous and tragic stories that Motown, the iconic record label, would rather keep in the shadows. These untold tales unveil the darker side of the quintessential Motown group, revealing a complexity that transcends their smooth vocals and synchronized dance moves. One scandal that haunts the Temptations' legacy is the tumultuous relationship between the group and substance abuse. While Motown projected an image of polished professionalism, the Temptations were grappling with inner demons. Substance abuse, particularly cocaine, became an insidious presence within the group, leading to internal strife and artistic turbulence. The toll of addiction left an indelible mark on the lives of some members, affecting both their personal relationships and professional commitments. Another unsettling chapter in the Temptations' history involves financial exploitation and mismanagement. Despite their immense success, the group faced financial woes, with allegations of misappropriation of funds and deceptive contracts. Motown, keen on preserving its pristine image, often downplayed these financial scandals, leaving the artists to bear the brunt of the consequences. Tragedy struck the Temptations in the form of untimely deaths and personal losses. From fatal accidents to health issues, the group experienced heart-wrenching moments that are often overshadowed by their musical triumphs. Motown's selective retelling of the Temptations' narrative tends to gloss over these somber episodes, revealing a gap between the public image and the harsh realities faced by the artists. As we delve into the scandalous details that Motown would prefer to forget, a more nuanced and complex portrait of the Temptations emerges, one that encompasses not only the soaring highs of their musical achievements, but also the shadowy lows of personal struggles, substance abuse, financial exploitation, and profound loss. While the Temptations enjoyed immense success as one of Motown's iconic groups, their journey was not without its share of tragic and scandalous moments. Here are 7 lesser-known stories that Motown might not want you to remember. David Ruffin's turbulent departure. David Ruffin, the charismatic lead singer of the Temptations, faced a turbulent exit from the iconic Motown group in 1968. Ruffin's departure marked a significant turning point in the history of the Temptations, as his escalating personal issues, including drug abuse and erratic behavior, led to his dismissal from the group. This departure not only ended Ruffin's tenure with the Temptations, but also had lasting effects on his personal life, contributing to a tragic downward spiral that ultimately led to his death in 1991. David Ruffin joined the Temptations in 1964, replacing Elbridge Al Bryant as the lead singer. His powerful and emotive voice quickly became the signature sound of the group, contributing to hits like My Girl, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, and I Wish It Would Rain. Ruffin's stage presence and vocal prowess made him a fan favorite and a crucial element of the Temptations' success. Despite the group's success, Ruffin began to face personal challenges that would eventually lead to his departure. His increasing use of drugs, particularly cocaine and heroin, coupled with erratic behavior, strained his relationships within the group. Ruffin's unpredictable actions and unreliability became a source of tension among the Temptations, affecting both their professional and personal dynamics. The breaking point came in 1968 during the Temptations' European tour. Ruffin's behavior became increasingly erratic and disruptive, causing disruptions in performances and creating tension within the group. His drug abuse was taking a toll not only on his own well-being but also on the cohesion of the Temptations as a musical unit. The other members, frustrated and concerned, made the difficult decision to remove Ruffin from the group. In June 1968, David Ruffin officially received notice of his dismissal from the Temptations. The decision was a painful one for both the group and Ruffin, marking the end of an era for one of Motown's most successful acts. Dennis Edwards was chosen as Ruffin's replacement, and the Temptations continued their musical journey without their charismatic lead singer. After leaving the Temptations, Ruffin faced a challenging period in his life. Struggling with addiction and unable to replicate the success he had achieved with the group, he embarked on a solo career. While Ruffin did have some success as a solo artist, including hits like My Whole World Ended, The Moment You Left Me, his personal struggles persisted and took a toll on his career. David Ruffin's life after the Temptations was marred by a series of personal and legal troubles. His battle with drug addiction continued, leading to numerous arrests and stints in rehabilitation centers. The once charismatic frontman found himself in a downward spiral that ultimately contributed to his tragic death on June 1, 1991, at the age of 50. Ruffin's passing marked the end of a troubled life and the loss of a soulful voice that had left an indelible mark on the world of music. David Ruffin's turbulent departure from the Temptations remains a significant chapter in the history of Motown and soul music. His powerful and emotive voice, coupled with the personal struggles that led to his departure, created a narrative of talent, fame, and tragedy. Despite the challenges he faced, Ruffin's contributions to the Temptations and the broader music landscape ensure that his legacy endures, reminding us of the complexities that often accompany the lives of talented and troubled artists. Eddie Kendrick's legal battles. Eddie Kendricks, the renowned falsetto voice behind many of the Temptations' hits, embarked on a solo career after leaving the iconic Motown group in 1971. However, the path to success for this R&B legend was marred by legal troubles, primarily revolving around disputes over royalties and financial complications. In the aftermath of his departure from the Temptations, Kendricks found himself entangled in legal battles that not only tested his resolve, but also cast a shadow over his post-Temptations career. Eddie Kendrick's departure from the Temptations marked a significant turning point in his career. The decision to leave the group was driven by creative differences and a desire for individual artistic expression. However, this transition brought with it a series of challenges, both professionally and personally. One of the primary legal battles that Eddie Kendricks faced post-Temptations centered around royalties. The Temptations, as a group, had enjoyed considerable success under the Motown label, producing chart-topping hits and earning substantial revenue. However, the distribution of royalties among the group members became a contentious issue, and Kendricks found himself at the forefront of this dispute. Kendricks, like many artists of his time, faced challenges in securing fair compensation for his contributions to the group's success. The legal proceedings involved intricate negotiations and assessments of songwriting credits, performance royalties, and other financial aspects. Kendricks sought to assert his rights and claim what he believed was rightfully his share of the earnings generated during his tenure with the Temptations. In addition to the royalties dispute, Eddie Kendricks encountered financial struggles that further complicated his post-Temptations journey. Despite his undeniable musical talents, the transition from being a member of a successful group to a solo artist came with its own set of financial challenges. Kendricks had to navigate the complexities of the music industry as an independent artist, facing the financial responsibilities of recording, marketing, and touring without the support system of a renowned group like the Temptations. The financial strain was exacerbated by changes in the music industry landscape during the 1970s, as artists grappled with evolving distribution models and shifting consumer preferences. Kendricks, like many of his peers, had to adapt to these changes while simultaneously dealing with the legal battles that loomed over his career. The legal battles surrounding Eddie Kendrick's departure from the Temptations and subsequent solo career had a lasting impact on his legacy. While his distinctive falsetto voice remained a testament to his musical prowess, the legal challenges overshadowed some of his post-Temptations achievements. The narrative surrounding Kendricks often included discussions of legal disputes rather than a focus on his artistic contributions and evolution as a solo artist. Despite the adversities, Eddie Kendricks continued to release music and showcase his talents in the following years. His solo career produced notable hits such as Keep On Truckin' and Boogie Down, but the legal battles left an indelible mark on his professional journey. In the latter part of his career, Eddie Kendricks made efforts to resolve some of the lingering legal issues. Negotiations and settlements allowed him to regain control over certain aspects of his catalog and receive overdue royalties. These resolutions, however, came later in his career, and the legal battles had already taken a toll on his financial stability and public image. Kendricks's perseverance and commitment to his craft ultimately led to a degree of redemption. Despite the legal hurdles, he continued to perform and create music that resonated with audiences. His later years saw a renewed appreciation for his contributions to the music industry, and he became a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. Eddie Kendricks, celebrated for his falsetto voice and iconic role in The Temptations, faced a series of legal battles following his departure from the group in 1971. The disputes over royalties and financial challenges tested his resolve and overshadowed his post-Temptations career. Despite these setbacks, Kendricks remained dedicated to his craft, seeking resolution and redemption in the later stages of his career. His legal struggles serve as a poignant chapter in the broader narrative of artists navigating the complex terrain of the music industry, highlighting the importance of fair compensation and financial stability for creative individuals. Paul Williams's untimely death. Paul Williams, an influential figure in the music industry and a founding member of The Temptations, left an indelible mark on the group's early sound. Despite his immense contributions to their success, Williams' life was marked by personal struggles, primarily alcoholism and health issues, leading to his departure from The Temptations in 1971. Tragically, his story took an even darker turn when he met an untimely death in 1973 under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in speculation and controversy. Paul Williams, born on July 2, 1939, in Birmingham, Alabama, was a gifted singer and performer from a young age. He, alongside Otis Williams, Eddie Kendricks, Melvin Franklin, and Elbridge Al Bryant, formed The Temptations in 1960. The group quickly rose to prominence, with their smooth harmonies and impeccable choreography setting them apart in the R&B and soul music scene. Williams played a pivotal role in shaping The Temptations' signature sound, contributing lead vocals to several of their early hits, including Don't Look Back and I'll Be in Trouble. His charismatic stage presence and distinctive voice made him a standout member of the group, earning the admiration of fans and fellow musicians alike. Despite the success and adulation, Williams faced personal demons that eventually led to his departure from The Temptations in 1971. His battle with alcoholism and declining health became increasingly apparent, affecting his ability to perform and contribute to the group. As a result, he made the difficult decision to step back from the limelight, and his departure marked the end of an era for The Temptations. Following his exit from The Temptations, Williams' life took a downward spiral. Struggling with his health and grappling with the demons of addiction, he faced a series of personal and professional setbacks. The once vibrant and charismatic performer found himself on a path of self-destruction, a stark contrast to the success he had achieved with The Temptations. On August 17, 1973, the music world was shocked to learn about the untimely death of Paul Williams at the age of 34. The circumstances surrounding his demise remain shrouded in mystery, giving rise to speculation and controversy that persist to this day. Officially, Williams' death was ruled as a S by gunshot. However, questions and doubts lingered, leading some to challenge the official narrative. Friends, family, and fans were left puzzled, as the man who had once been a vibrant force in the music industry seemed to have succumbed to the depths of despair. Conspiracy theories and alternative explanations emerged, with some suggesting foul play and others pointing to the possibility of an accidental death. The lack of a clear and definitive resolution to the circumstances surrounding Williams' demise fueled the intrigue and controversy surrounding the case. Despite the tragic end to his life, Paul Williams' contributions to the Temptations and the broader music landscape continue to be celebrated. His soulful voice and dynamic stage presence left an indelible mark on the Motown era, influencing countless artists who came after him. The Temptations went on to achieve further success with new members, but the void left by Williams' departure was never fully filled. In 2013, a biographical television miniseries titled The Temptations shed light on the life and struggles of Paul Williams, bringing renewed attention to his legacy. The series portrayed his battle with alcoholism, the impact on his career, and the challenges he faced within the group. Paul Williams' untimely death remains a haunting chapter in the history of the Temptations and the broader music industry. The circumstances surrounding his demise continue to spark debate and speculation, leaving many unanswered questions. Despite the controversies, his legacy endures, serving as a reminder of the complexities and challenges that often accompany the pursuit of artistic greatness. The tragic end of Paul Williams serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the importance of addressing mental health and substance abuse issues within the realm of creative expression. Dennis Edwards' troubled marriage. Dennis Edwards, the legendary soul singer who joined the Temptations in 1968, experienced not only the highs and lows of a successful musical career, but also faced personal challenges in his marriage to Ruth Pointer, a member of the famed Pointer Sisters. The union of these two musical powerhouses was marked by a tumultuous relationship, marred by allegations of abuse, garnering public attention, and contributing to Edwards' image being stained by scandal outside of his illustrious musical career. Dennis Edwards and Ruth Pointer's romance began in the early 1970s when they first crossed paths in the music industry. Both artists were riding high on their respective successes, with Edwards contributing his soulful vocals to the iconic sound of the Temptations, and Ruth Pointer making waves as part of the dynamic Pointer Sisters. The initial years of their relationship were filled with the excitement of shared musical passions and the promise of a power couple in the making. The couple tied the knot in 1977, amidst the backdrop of their flourishing careers. However, as the years unfolded, so did the challenges in their marriage. Reports surfaced of discord, fueled by a combination of personal and professional stressors. Edwards' demanding schedule with the Temptations and Pointer Sisters often meant prolonged periods of separation, exacerbating the strain on their relationship. One of the most troubling aspects of Dennis Edwards' marriage to Ruth Pointer was the recurring theme of alleged abuse. Reports surfaced of physical altercations between the couple, with accusations going both ways. The public was privy to the tumultuous nature of their relationship, as media outlets covered the sensational aspects of their private lives. The allegations of abuse cast a shadow over Edwards' image, tarnishing the public perception of the once respected soul singer. The troubled marriage of Dennis Edwards and Ruth Pointer spilled into the public domain through legal battles and court proceedings. Both parties faced accusations and counter-accusations, making headlines that overshadowed their musical accomplishments. The legal battles not only added to the stress on their marriage, but also intensified the public scrutiny surrounding their personal lives. Fans and critics alike found themselves torn between the admiration for their musical talents and the discomfort caused by the turbulent nature of their relationship. Dennis Edwards' career, which had once soared to great heights as a member of the Temptations, experienced a downturn as the negative publicity surrounding his marriage took its toll. The controversies and legal battles overshadowed his musical achievements, and he found himself navigating a precarious balance between his public persona and private struggles. The music industry, always sensitive to scandals, seemed less forgiving, impacting Edwards' opportunities and collaborations. Despite the public drama and legal battles, Dennis Edwards and Ruth Pointer made multiple attempts at reconciliation. The complexities of their relationship, coupled with the challenges of fame and a demanding industry, made it difficult for the couple to find stability. Onlookers hoped for a resolution to their struggles, but the roller coaster of highs and lows continued to define their marriage. Dennis Edwards passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy of soulful music that continues to resonate with fans worldwide. His troubled marriage to Ruth Pointer, though marked by scandal and turmoil, serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between personal relationships and public personas in the world of entertainment. The legacy of their union is a cautionary tale, prompting reflection on the price of fame and the impact it can have on the individuals caught in its whirlwind. Dennis Edwards' troubled marriage to Ruth Pointer of the Pointer Sisters remains a poignant chapter in the history of soul music. The public scrutiny, legal battles, and allegations of abuse left an indelible mark on Edwards' image, overshadowing his musical contributions. Their tumultuous relationship serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by those in the spotlight and the delicate balance required to navigate personal and professional spheres. Despite the trials and tribulations, the enduring legacy of Dennis Edwards as a soulful crooner ensures that he is remembered not only for his troubled marriage, but also for the timeless music that continues to captivate audiences around the world. Motown's control over creativity. Motown Records, founded by Berry Gordy in 1959, became a powerhouse in the music industry, churning out hit after hit with artists like The Temptations. However, the success of Motown was not solely due to musical talent. It was equally rooted in the label's unprecedented control over its artists' creativity. The Temptations, one of Motown's most iconic groups, found themselves entangled in a complex web of conflicts over creative control, highlighting the delicate balance between artistic expression and commercial success. Motown Records earned its reputation as Hitsville, USA, with a unique formula that blended catchy melodies, polished performances, and a distinct visual aesthetic. Berry Gordy, the label's founder, was a savvy businessman who understood the importance of not only creating great music, but also crafting a marketable image. This approach allowed Motown to appeal to a wide audience, breaking racial barriers and dominating the charts. Motown's success was built on a centralized and controlled approach to music production. Gordy implemented a quality control system that involved rigorous of artists, from their appearance to their stage presence. The label had in-house songwriters, producers, and arrangers who played a crucial role in shaping the Motown sound. This control extended to every aspect of an artist's career, including song selection, choreography, and even personal appearances. The Temptations, a quintessential Motown act, were not immune to the label's influence. While the group was immensely talented and had a unique vocal harmony, conflicts over creative control simmered beneath the surface. Motown was notorious for exerting a tight grip on its artists, shaping their image to fit into the marketable Motown mold. Motown dictated the song choices for the Temptations, often pushing the group to record songs penned by in-house songwriters. While this ensured a consistent sound within the Motown brand, it also limited the artistic freedom of the Temptations. The group's desire to explore different genres and themes clashed with Motown's formulaic approach, leading to tensions behind closed doors. Motown's control extended beyond the recording studio to live performances. The Temptations were expected to adhere to carefully choreographed routines and maintain a polished stage presence. While this professionalism contributed to Motown's image, it stifled the spontaneity and individual expression of the Temptations, who longed for more creative autonomy. The struggle for creative control took a toll on the Temptations personally and creatively. Internal conflicts within the group were exacerbated by external pressures from Motown. The tension reached its peak when lead singer David Ruffin was fired in 1968, highlighting the price artists paid for challenging Motown's authority. The departure of Ruffin marked a turning point for the Temptations, symbolizing the high cost of artistic expression within the Motown framework. Despite the challenges, the Temptations adapted to Motown's strict control and managed to evolve creatively within those constraints. The group's ability to infuse emotion and storytelling into Motown's formulaic structure allowed them to maintain their artistic integrity to some extent. However, it was a delicate balance that required compromise and negotiation. Motown's control over creativity had a lasting impact on the Temptations' legacy. While their catalog includes timeless classics that epitomize the Motown sound, the creative struggles within the group are an essential part of their narrative. The Temptations' journey serves as a reflection of the broader dynamics at play within Motown and the music industry during that era. Motown's control over creativity was a double-edged sword for artists like the Temptations. While it propelled them to unprecedented success and cultural significance, it came at the cost of artistic autonomy. The struggles for creative control within Motown underscore the complex relationship between art and commerce in the music industry, leaving an indelible mark on the history of one of the most iconic record labels and the artists it propelled to stardom. Drug abuse. Within the group, the 1960s was a tumultuous period marked by social and cultural upheavals, and the music industry was no exception. The Motown era, characterized by the rise of African-American artists and the emergence of iconic labels like Motown Records, saw the creation of timeless classics. However, it was also an era marked by the prevalence of drug use, with musicians often finding solace or escape in various substances. The Temptations, consisting of members David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks, Paul Williams, Melvin Franklin, and Otis Williams, were no strangers to the allure of drugs. The pressures of fame, constant touring, and the demands of the music industry created an environment where substance abuse became a coping mechanism for many artists, including the Temptations. Substance abuse took a severe toll on the health of individual members of the Temptations. David Ruffin, the group's charismatic lead singer, was perhaps the most publicly affected. His struggles with cocaine and other drugs led to erratic behavior, missed performances, and strained relationships within the group. Ruffin's health deteriorated rapidly, contributing to his eventual departure from the group in 1968. Eddie Kendricks, known for his falsetto voice, also grappled with substance abuse issues. The toll on his physical and mental health was evident, affecting his ability to contribute fully to the group's artistic endeavors. The destructive impact of drugs on the health of key members inevitably weakened the overall cohesion and performance quality of the Temptations. The influence of drug abuse on the Temptations' performances was profound. While the group continued to produce hits and captivate audiences, the internal conflicts and erratic behavior resulting from substance abuse had a detrimental effect on their live shows. Missed performances, delayed appearances, and inconsistent stage presence became trademarks of the Temptations' later years. The studio recording process also suffered. The collaborative magic that had defined their earlier work began to fade as drug-related tensions escalated within the group. This decline in professionalism and artistic cohesion affected the overall quality of their later recordings. The undeniable talent of the Temptations was overshadowed by the darker forces at play within the group. The interpersonal dynamics within the Temptations were strained as substance abuse took its toll. The bonds that had once held the group together were eroded by the destructive influence of drugs. Infighting, arguments, and a lack of trust became prevalent, leading to lineup changes and a revolving door of members. Otis Williams, the group's founding member, and others struggled to maintain unity amidst the chaos caused by drug abuse. The toll on personal relationships extended beyond the group itself, affecting friendships and family ties. The tragic consequence of substance abuse within the Temptations was not only the loss of individual members, but the rupture of a brotherhood forged in the crucible of their shared musical journey. The Temptations' struggle with substance abuse serves as a cautionary tale within the annals of music history. Their story highlights the vulnerabilities of artists faced with the pressures of fame, the temptations of excess, and the pitfalls of an industry that often glorifies a self-destructive lifestyle. The enduring legacy of the Temptations lies not only in their chart-topping hits, but also in the tragic narrative of their battle with drugs. The lessons drawn from their experience underscore the importance of mental and physical well-being in the pursuit of artistic excellence. The music industry has evolved, and conversations about mental health and substance abuse are more open today, in part due to the struggles faced by trailblazers like the Temptations. The Temptations' journey is a poignant reminder that behind the glamorous facade of success lies the human struggle, often exacerbated by the seductive allure of substance abuse. The impact on their health, performances, and relationships is a testament to the destructive power of drugs within the context of artistic brilliance. As we celebrate the timeless music of the Temptations, let us also reflect on the human cost paid by the individuals who created it. The tragic history of drug abuse within the Temptations should serve as a sobering reminder that even the most talented and revered artists are not immune to the pitfalls of addiction. Their story prompts us to consider the well-being of those who create the soundtrack of our lives and emphasizes the need for compassion and support within the demanding world of the entertainment industry. Financial exploitation of artists. Despite Motown's immense success, the artists often found themselves at the mercy of an uneven royalty distribution system. Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown, was known for tightly controlling the creative and financial aspects of the label. While Motown's artist development program provided valuable training, it also came at a cost. The artists, including the Temptations, were signed to contracts that favored the label rather than the performers. Royalties, the financial compensation artists receive for the use of their music, were disproportionately distributed. Many artists found themselves with a meager share of the profits generated by their chart-topping hits. This imbalance became a source of frustration and disillusionment for the very individuals responsible for Motown's success. One of the key issues contributing to the financial exploitation of Motown artists was the limited control they had over their own financial affairs. Contracts signed by the artists often gave Motown substantial authority over their earnings, leaving the musicians with little say in how their money was managed. This lack of financial autonomy had significant consequences for the Temptations and their peers. The Temptations, like many Motown acts, were not only performers but also employees of the label. This unique arrangement meant that the artists had limited visibility into the financial transactions involving their work. Consequently, they were left in the dark about the true extent of the profits generated by their chart-topping albums and sold-out performances. The financial exploitation experienced by the Temptations had a profound impact on their lives, both personally and professionally. Despite their fame and success, the artists often struggled to make ends meet and secure their financial futures. Some members of the Temptations faced financial hardships, leading to strained relationships and personal challenges. David Ruffin, one of the lead singers of the Temptations during their heyday, famously battled with substance abuse and financial troubles. His struggles were emblematic of the larger issue of artists facing the consequences of financial exploitation, even as their music continued to resonate with audiences worldwide. In the wake of their success, the Temptations, like other Motown artists, began to demand fair compensation for their contributions. Legal battles ensued as artists sought to renegotiate contracts and reclaim control over their financial destinies. These struggles paved the way for changes in the music industry's approach to artist contracts and royalties. The legacy of the Temptations, despite the financial exploitation they endured, endures through their timeless music. Their story serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of artists advocating for fair compensation and maintaining control over their financial affairs in an industry where success does not always translate into financial security. The financial exploitation of Motown artists, including the Temptations, casts a shadow over the golden era of music that defined the 1960s and 1970s. Despite their artistic brilliance and commercial success, these legendary musicians faced an uphill battle for fair compensation and financial control. The legacy of the Temptations serves as a poignant reminder of the challenges artists continue to face in an industry where financial exploitation remains an unsettling reality. As the music industry evolves, the stories of artists like the Temptations compel us to reflect on the importance of creating a fair and equitable environment for those whose creativity shapes the soundtrack of our lives. While the Temptations left an indelible mark on the music industry, these tragic and scandalous stories shed light on the challenges they faced behind the scenes, providing a more complex and nuanced understanding of their journey. That's it for this video. Until next time. Bye.